that you confirmed before the County Assembly as evidenced by the Hansons that you assured Mr. Misati that it was possible for you to assist his son get a job, as it appears in the Hansons. Yes?
Where is that?
The same paragraph I was reading. You may read it in full.
Mr. Speaker, just as a good friend, Mr. Joseph Misat, I was made to know that there is an advert that has come up in the WASCO, and Misati, as a friend, could ask me that his son has also tendered his application. Is it possible for him to be assisted to get a job?
What do you say?
I said yes.
Thank you. Who was to assist him? Who was to assist Mr. Misati's son, I beg your pardon, to get a job?
Myself.
Thank you. Did you assist him in any way?
No.
Let's look at the evidence again. Look at the same paragraph and read the subsequent paragraph where you are answering to Mr. Kato Kigen's case. Are you seeing where Mr. Kato Kigen is asking you? And did you talk to Lucy about the request about your friend? Can you see that paragraph?
Yes, I see.
Read the subsequent one.
That is quoting myself. Like any other leader, Mr. Speaker, this request came to me. Everyone, honorable members, know that Lucy in Wasco would work under, like many child who work under the governor's office, where I'm also the deputy to the governor. And so I indicated to Lucy, asking her if they had such kind of jobs, and she said yes.
So to that extent, you made contacts with Lucy confirming whether the job was available, correct?
That I did.
Thank you. Did you have a look at Lucy's affidavit appearing at page 263 of the bundle of document volume 1 by the County Assembly? Did you not? Page 263. 263. Did you have a look at that affidavit, Mr. Witness? Page 263 of the bundle of document volume 1.
Yes.
You confirmed that you made contacts with Lucy, correct?
That I've said yes.
And therefore the averments contained in her affidavit that you had a discussion about it are correct, yes?
No.
To that extent, they are correct that you made contacts with her in that respect, correct?
To that extent, yes.
Thank you. When did you loan the 500,000 shillings to Mr. Misati?
In October.
Do you have the evidence of the loan that you advanced, or you only have the evidence of repayment?
No, I don't have.
What do you have?
For what?
What do you have? The evidence of loaning or the evidence of repayment?
I have evidence of repayment, Mr. Speaker.
And there is a glaring lack of evidence of you advancing money to him, correct?
That's correct.
And you had Mr. Misati claiming that in terms of your financial status, you are doing badly, correct? It was his evidence.
That's incorrect, Mr. Speaker.
Did you hear him state?
I heard him say that.
So do you trust his evidence anymore? To that extent.
In this particular instance, I do not hold to it, Mr. Speaker, that particular statement.
So are you disowning your witness?
No, I'm not.
So what do you want the Senate to treat that piece of evidence to the extent that you are a pauper?
You want a yes or a no answer?
How do you want the Senate to treat that piece of evidence? And whom between you and your witness is lying?
None of us is lying, Mr. Speaker.
Yes?
Mr. Speaker, there is a general statement
Mr.
made here
Witness,
that
excuse me, Mr. Witness, I want you to take a deep breath and collect yourself and answer the question. Who between the two of you is lying? Your witness or yourself?
Mr. Speaker, once again, I'm trying to answer the...
Go ahead.
the
What is your answer?
blocking me.
What is your answer?
My friend, Mr. Misati, while standing here as a witness, talked about problems of politicians, and he said most of them have challenges in terms of money. And at that point, he indicated that I may be one of them.
So I'm asking, who between the two of you is lying? You have not answered the question.
Lying in what?
Mr. Misati alleges you're not doing well financially. You allege you are very well financially.
I've not said I'm doing very well financially.
Thank you.
I'm saying,
Let us
like
go
many
to...
other politicians,
It's
I'm
okay.
doing
You have
as
answered my question.
poorly as the others.
You have answered my question. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to refer the witness to the bundle of document by the Deputy Governor as filed at page 111. It appears a bank statement from Leah Nyachera Onsare. Do you know that individual?
Yes, I do.
Who is she?
She is my daughter.
Can you see entry dated 18th of August 2023?
Yes, I do.
What, in respect to these proceedings, is that entry, or does that entry relate to?
It relates to a transaction between Mr. Misati and Leah Onsare.
Your daughter, correct?
Yes.
And you heard Mr. Misati indicate to this as distinguished assembly that you're the one who requested him to send your daughter the 200,000 shillings, correct?
Yes, I did.
You still claim to be doing well financially?
I'm saying yes, I did.
You still claim to be doing well financially?
Yes.
Council, your time is up. The 15 minutes are up.
Well, I'm well guided, Mr. Chairman, but we have had a lot of interruption, Mr. Speaker, sir.
We stopped your time during the interruptions.
At least, Mr. Speaker, sir, because he's a very crucial witness and he carries the crux of the matter. We would better also sacrifice our other 15 minutes and deal with the witness. If it's, because
Can you give the council an opportunity to speak, please?
Because when you are dealing with our key witness, who was the Dennis, the defense was given sufficient time to deal with that witness. At least 1 hour they were granted. Even if we not get more than 1 hour, at least we just get 1 hour for dealing with the key witness, because this is a key witness, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Council, I may not be able to give you 1 hour. So can you request for something reasonable? How many minutes should I give you?
30 minutes, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'll try to do within the 30 minutes.
No, we cannot take too many points of orders. Huh? I have Senator Mugeni first on the list. And on this side, I have Senator Cherargei. Those are the only 2 points of orders I'll take so that we can move on. Senator Mugeni.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir, because this is a quasi-judicial proceeding, and we want to be seen to be fair to both parties, and since this is the star witness, he's the one who is actually trying to defend himself, and we need to get an opportunity to interrogate all the issues and to also to give counsel enough time, I'll plead, Mr. Speaker, sir, that we allow him 45 minutes so that we don't, if somebody is reviewing our record, we don't seem to have been favoring one side to the disadvantage of the other side, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cherargei.
Mr. Speaker, you had made a ruling earlier on that the council for the county assembly had requested to waive their cross-examination time. And I think you made a ruling that, and we agree, they have a right to waive. So if it is still their position that they can still waive cross-examining the rest, I think they had said 2 witnesses, so that that time can be added to the star witness of the defense, then I don't think there is no problem, because you had made a ruling that they can do that. Then they can still make that application and continue to receive the time that was meant for cross-examination to cross-examine the star witness, Mr. Speaker, because we really want to know what happened, Mr. Speaker. And I think that ruling you had made in the morning. I thank you.
Okay, I will allow 2 more points of orders, and this time I'll take ladies. Senator Crystal Asige.
Senator Crystal Asige.
My apologies, Senator Crystal.
Apology accepted. Thank you very much, Speaker. I had wanted to say exactly what Senator Cherargei said, that there was a ruling in the morning, and we had all agreed amongst us that we would allow for the council to reserve his time, remove it from 2 witnesses, that he said he would then instead use that time on the star witness, Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. On this side, Senator Gloria.
Speaker, I am of the opinion that as much as I understand that the ruling was made earlier, Speaker, but 2 points have been raised prior on issues of technicalities, even from the County Assembly, Speaker. And when we deliberate in Senate and we give our final decision, Mr. Speaker, it's imperative that we ensure that we are not giving someone the basis to go to court and say that the procedures were not followed well, or that people, for instance, the County Assembly side were under duress to waive away their 15 minutes, Mr. Speaker. We were here yesterday till midnight, and I believe 15 minutes will be the difference between someone going to court to say that we did not follow the procedure. Mr. Speaker, just allow for them to prosecute the amount of time that they require, and I believe they're only asking for 15 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you, Senator. Council,
Yes,
having
Mr. Speaker,
been
sir.
reminded that you had waived your time to cross-examine 2 other witnesses previously, I'm being informed you do have a balance of 15 minutes. You had already utilized your other 15 minutes. So I will give you a further 15 minutes to see if you can conclude
We are
your
most
questioning.
humbled. We are most humbled, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Witness, where did you meet Madam Lucy Wahito from? Did you call her to your office? Did you use your phone? How did you meet her? How did you speak to her?
Mr. Speaker, I met Lucy Waito at the stadium where we hold our offices.
So it was correct when she informed the Senate that she met you or you summoned her to your office, correct?
No, it was not a summon, Mr. Speaker.
You called her to your
It was
office.
a casual meeting out there. The governor had a different function, and I met her in that function.
You met her in the function. Did you look at the pleadings of Lucy Wahito appearing at page 263, her affidavit in the bundle of document, volume 1? Did you see that averments, paragraph 13?
Can you see which one?
Did you see paragraph 13
We are trying to look at it.
of the affidavit?
Which page is that?
Page 263.
Paragraph?
13. Sorry, paragraph 5. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Did you see paragraph 5?
The number 5, yes, I can't read the number, but I can see the bottom paragraph.
Yes. Are those averments correct? That the recruitment of the commercial manager was to take place in April, correct?
Yes, it is correct.
And that is the same time that you met Mr. Misati and the boys at your house, correct?
No, Mr.
I'm
Speaker.
asking, in April is the same time you met them, correct?
That's incorrect, Mr. Speaker.
Which month did you meet them in your house?
Was in May 28th.
May 28th. Let's go to the May 28th now, because you have taken us there. Would you recall the events of May 28th?
Events of the whole day or events of
Yes,
that visit?
the events that relates to these proceedings.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, there was a visit by Mr. Misati and his sons to my home.
How many sons were in the company of Mr. Misati?
4.
4 of them. Had you previously met Mr. Misati in your house? Previously?
Not once, we had met separately.
Was it every time casual or usual for him to be accompanied by his 4 boys?
Not for Mr.
Thank you.
Speaker, they come sometimes too.
You have answered the question. So what was so unique about this meeting for the 28th of May that he'd be accompanied by his sons?
Nothing unique according to me, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Did you know that he was to be accompanied by his son at the time he was paying you a visit?
No, Mr. Speaker.
And prior to this meeting, had you met Dennis Mokaya Misati before?
No, Mr. Speaker.
And you say that you've been having a very good and healthy friendship with the family, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Speaker.
And for 32 years, you have never met Dennis, correct? You do not know him, you've never met him, you are friends with the father, and you do not know his children, correct?
That's incorrect, Mr. Speaker.
So you therefore know Dennis, correct?
Mr. Speaker, allow me explain.
I'm asking, it's not explaining, I'm asking you to answer the question. Is it normal for a family friend who has been friends with a family for 32 years not to know the children?
I'm explaining, Mr. Speaker, that Mr. Misata have heard in this house in the morning that one of his sons lived 13 years away.
It's okay.
And therefore,
I
there's no way he
discount,
can
Mr. Speaker.
come to with the,
Listen
all
to
the
the
sons
question.
when
Mr.
one of them
Witness,
lives away.
you're
So-
wasting my time. Listen to the question. I want to discount the last 13 years of his life. Do not speak to the last 15 years apart from the 28th of May. Had you met Dennis before the 13 years?
No,
You have never met him, right?
I've never.
And you are good friends with the father,
Yes,
32 years.
yes.
Has Mr. Misati's family met your children?
Yes,
Have they grown up together?
growing up together in to what extent?
Yes.
Yeah, they know each other.
They know each other.
Yes.
It's only you, the father, a good father,
No.
a loving father who has not met Mr. Misati's
some of our
children.
children met, some have not met, and I cannot speak that we have had that close
Mr.
relationship
Witness.
with all the children.
I put it to you that you are lying, that you have never met Mr. Dennis Misati. Did you listen to the testimony by the father?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear that the father confirmed that Mr. Misati's children knows you very well?
Yes, that is said.
So whom between the two of you is lying now?
None of us. Because if the children know
It's okay,
me,
you
I
have
would
answered
not
the
know them.
question. I have not put a question to you. Honorable Senators, permit me to go to page 87 of the Deputy Governor's bundle of documents. And as I deal with that aspect, Mr. Speaker, sir, permit me to correlate that annexure with paragraph with paragraph 20 of his affidavit. Mr. Witness, it is in your evidence and testimony that you received 249,000 from one Dennis Misati, correct? I'm putting a question to you. I've not asked you to read. Did you receive 49,000 from Dennis Misati?
Yes.
Page 5 of his bundle of documents of the Deputy Governor's defense. Page 5. Yes? And it is your varmints that he had received that money from his mother, correct?
Yes.
And that the 249 were meant to pay a debt that you had advanced to his father, correct?
True.
Had you previously, before this occasion, ever advanced money to Mr. Misati before?
We are in that kind of...
Had you advanced, yes or no?
Yes, I had.
Did you, how much had you advanced before, if you may remember? Before this occasion?
I can't give one figure.
Yeah, but just give us a figure, approximately.
We have had exchanges of money, 100,000, 200.
Yes, thank you.
Even before
Thank you.
I became
You have answered.
a governor.
Now, during the repayment of that, did he pay you?
Yes.
Did you involve his children in the repayment of that loan?
No.
It's an answer. Did you involve his children?
No.
What was so unique with this debt that you had to involve Dennis?
Mr. Speaker, I have...
What was so unique with this debt?
I have not had an involvement of Dennis from my end.
No.
I received my money from one Dennis, Joseph Misati. How he transmits it to me...
It's okay.
Not,
You received money from Dennis, correct?
I received money from...
And it is your varmints, and you're trying to explain that the money was sent to Dennis by his mother. That is in your varmints, correct or not correct, Mr. Witness?
That's correct. I got it from the parents. And
you got it from the parents?
Yes.
And so I'm asking, because you have averred through your affidavit, you have averred
Proceed,
through your
Counsel.
affidavit.
Proceed.
You have averred through your affidavit that the money that Dennis received was sent to him by his mother, correct?
That's correct.
I'm asking a simple question. Previously, you never involved Misati's children in the repayment of his debts to you, correct? Correct or not correct?
Incorrect.
You involved them previously.
I've not.
So what was so unique that Dennis was on this occasion involved in the repayment of the debt?
I've said severally that it is not in my arrangement to have Dennis be involved in the transaction of the money
Thank
from
you.
his parents.
So did it ring bells to you that day that Dennis has now been involved in the payment of 249?
No, I didn't find...
Did you ask Mr. Misati why the money is being sent by Dennis and not the mother? Did you ask or you never asked?
No, I didn't ask.
How did you transact with that money upon receipt?
Is your question complete?
How did you transact upon the receipt of the 500,000 shillings? How did you transact? Did you send 100,000 shillings to Lucy?
Yes, that is true.
What time did you send him?
What is that?
But let's go first of all to the time that you received this money. Honorable Senators, we can go to page 99 of the Deputy Governor's Bundle of Defense. It bears the M-Pesa statement. That is, he has only one volume labeled as DG, page 99 of the Deputy Governor's Defense. That is the M-Pesa statement. What time, how many trunks did you receive from Dennis Misati?
Can we get right directions? Because you talked of Lucy now.
I've led you, Mr. Governor, to page 99 and 100 of your bundle of documents. Are you there?
Yes.
Can you see the first entries where Mr. Dennis appears?
Yes.
Can you see where he sent you 150,000?
Yes.
Which date was it?
It was on 28th of May at 20:33:51.
Confirm that he sent this money while he was at your house, correct?
Correct.
What time was it? Was it during the day or at night?
It was at night.
Did you need any cash money with that day?
Of course, I needed my money back.
I'm asking, not the money. Did you say you want the money in cash?
Yes, I wanted money in cash.
And whom did you tell that you wanted money in cash?
Joseph Misati.
Yes?
Joseph Misati.
And so Joseph Misati came before this house and testified that the reason why the money was sent to Dennis was that he could go and withdraw the money, correct?
Correct.
Where was it to withdraw the money?
What?
Where was he to withdraw the money?
Where? Of
Yes.
course, in the M-Pesa shop.
Where exactly?
Keumbu.
Keumbu.
Yes.
From Keumbu to your house, how many kilometers is it?
About 3.
About 3. Does Dennis have a car?
Dennis?
Yes.
No, if he has, I don't know.
Did you hear his father testifying that they needed a young man who could run very fast?
That he said.
That he said, correct?
Yeah.
Did Mr. Misati come driven with his car
Yes.
that day, correct?
Yes.
And so the money was sent to Dennis that he could go and rush and withdraw and bring you cash, correct?
That will be
Correct or not correct, Mr. Witness?
correct.
So he was to run faster than the car, correct?
No, that I cannot.
Correct or not correct? Yes?
The running explained by Mr. Misati was for
It is you now, is your witness. I want you to confirm and corroborate his evidence. Correct or not correct?
correct.
Thank you. So, eventually, did you get the cash?
No,
The cash, did you get it?
I'm saying no.
So was your desire and the need to have the money repaid met when you received the M-Pesa from Dennis?
Yes.
And what time did you receive the second bunch? You received it for purposes of time at 20.
It was 2020, 37, 31.
2037 31, correct?
Yes.
And what time did you send to Lucy? The next page, page 99.
It was 21, 24, 13.
How many minutes later?
Calculation.
Approximately 40 minutes later, correct?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
What was the need of you sending the money to Lucy at night? On a Sunday?
I've already indicated I was intending to send money to Gladys.
Yes.
And by error.
What actions did you take? When did you notice the error?
Next morning.
The next morning, because you slept, correct?
Yes.
You confirmed that you slept. You confirmed that you immediately slept after sending the money to Lucy. Correct or not correct, Mr. Witness?
Yet I'm not saying I slept.
Okay. I lead you to the County Assembly Hansons. Did you appear before the County Assembly as I look for the page and confirmed that immediately you slept? Do you remember making that confirmation?
Can you take us to the paragraph?
Honorable Senators, I'm looking at volume 1, page 191. Where is answering my learned senior counsel question. The last paragraph, he says, I was due to give her 100,000 shillings, and as I did this, I erroneously picked the wrong number and sent the 100,000 shillings then. Then I slept without knowing recipient is a different person. Is that your statement?
That's my statement.
Did you take this statement on oath before the county assembly?
Yes.
Do you still want to stand with the statement or you want to discount it now?
To stand with the statement, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Council, you know your time is actually up.
I am just about to be done. 5 minutes, Madam Speaker. Because for me to debunk the lie.
Council, I'll give you 2 minutes. You just maybe wind up with the questioning.
I'll try my best, but I'll seek your indulgence. Mr. Witness, look at where you sent money to Lucy, correct? At page 99 of your bundle of documents.
Yes.
Can you see at 2357, you sent money to Wilfred Momanyi, 10,000 shillings?
Yes, I did.
Was it the same day?
Same day.
Were you asleep?
I slept.
Did you send the money while you were asleep?
No.
Thank you. Let's proceed. That is 2 hours later, correct?
But you know,
That is 2 hours. Excuse me, Mr. Witness, you're wasting my time. That is 2 hours later, correct?
it is 2 hours later, yes.
And on the following day, sorry, at the same time, you also sent, you're lost? You also sent money to one Joseph Aurora, correct? 3,000 shillings, correct?
Where is that?
That is the next day, correct?
Joseph Aurora.
The next day,
Next day is the 29th, yes.
you sent, had you noticed you had made an error that time?
I did not.
When you are sending 10,000 shillings to Wilfred Momanyi, did you notice that you had made an error?
No.
When you made an error, when did you realize you've made an error? After receiving a call from Lucy or your own volition?
It was Lucy's call.
It was after you received a call, correct?
Yes.
But on the same date, at 9:17, you sent 100,000 shillings to Gladys Aminga, correct?
Correct.
Had Lucy made the call at that particular time?
Yes.
Do you know what time Lucy made the call to you?
I can't recall the exact time, but Lucy's conversion here was to the effect that she called at 8 while in Kisumu.
So at this time, you had tried to make attempts to reverse, correct? When did you make the attempts to reverse the money?
When I talked to Gladys is when to Lucy is when I was
At 9, correct?
Yes.
Show us in your M-Pesa statement where the attempts to reverse the money has been captured.
I failed. I didn't make
Excuse me.
a attempt.
Excuse me.
It is not a capture.
Yes, we understand that you failed. And when you fail to reverse, you are given an M-Pesa statement or position.
That's what I'm
Excuse me. Let me put this into context.
Council, can you allow him to answer? And that should be your final question, please.
Yes, proceed. It is your statement that you claim to have tried and it was not successful, correct?
Yes, that I've made it clear here in this house.
Which USDD codes did you use?
I've said I'm not an expert in IT, Madam Speaker, and therefore I was trying something I'd not done before.
Which procedure did you use in your
I was
trials?
trying to get somebody to assist me.
Who is that you tried to get?
The people who were in my compound then.
Yes, for example,
I didn't get one who
okay,
could
we understand.
successfully reverse
You may name one person that you attempted to initiate.
one person.
Yes,
My wife,
your wife.
yes.
Is she conversant with the reversals?
That is where we got a challenge. She's not.
She is equally not conversant.
Yes.
Mr. Daktari, confirm that you are a real doctor and not an imposter. Yes?
Madam Speaker,
You don't understand small
that matters,
instructions.
matters referred to here remain on the subject we are discussing. About my education, it is not a matter in
But you are well educated, correct? You are well educated, no doubts, correct?
Madam Speaker, I would like to
Council,
protest
your
at the
time,
disrespect that has
Council,
continuously been
Council
shown.
Keegan, you
Yes.
can resume your seat for now. Council Degwa Jiro, your time is up actually. We have indulged and overindulged on the cross-examination.
If you indulge me, I'll only ask one question about the phone book and I'll be done.
No.
Only one question about the phone book and how the mistake is alleged to have occurred, and I'll be done, Madam Speaker.
Council, there was cross-examination on that issue of the phone book.
Yeah, we have not examined on it.
So, Council, ask the final question and don't ask another question.
I'm well guided, Madam Speaker. Mr. Witness, let's go to page 117 of your bundle of documents, the volume from the Deputy Governor. But as we confirm this, confirm that these are an extract from which source? Where did you extract this information from?
From my phone, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker.
Who extracted it for you?
I was assisted by somebody technical.
Somebody technical?
Yes.
When were you assisted?
When I was providing the evidence here.
Was this a document that was typed or you directly downloaded it from your phone?
It was done from my phone.
It was typed, correct?
Not typed.
Yes?
No.
Which date was it done? Does that document bear a date?
It doesn't.
Does it bear any print showing the source of the document?
Print. No, except for the names that are listed there.
Except for the names, correct?
Yes.
I put it to you that you are the one who did this to try and choreograph your story.
I'm not the one.
Finally, when did Lucy return the money to you?
Thank you, Council. That marks the end of that cross-examination. This is now time for re-exam.
Madam Speaker, we had sacrificed, because at least there's something that has not yet come out. Gladys is alleged to have received money. We have not spoken about the story of Gladys. If you could just give us 5 more minutes and we can subtract from the balance of the witnesses that we have so that we deal with that issue. Because this is a very crucial witness. Remember, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, we sat through cross-examination of our key witness for 1 hour without interruption. But I'm happy by the magnanimous of the Assembly. Only 5 minutes, from which I'll invite my friend, Mr. Mutuma, to conclude.
Council, this is a time-bound process.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
And you have been indulged over 5 times on your request for time. I think your frequent requests may not now be merging in with the time schedule that we have to complete the whole exercise.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
I will now allow the re-exam to be done by the Council.
I am well guided.
DG. What is your point of order, Senator?
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I think if I heard the Council clearly, he's saying that they are willing to sacrifice more minutes from the other witness. And if they think this is what is going to help their case, Madam Speaker, we would want to hear them. And also I would want to remind the House, if we are time-bound, we should also be thinking and knowing that also the assemblies are time-bound, if you know what I mean.
Senator Cheptumo, you have a point of order.
Madam Speaker, I also want to request you, because Madam Speaker, if the the council for the county assembly is ready and willing to surrender a portion of their time. And Madam Speaker, they are saying that they have a critical area of their evidence to cross-examine this witness. Madam Speaker, I don't want the House to be accused. I know we don't have time, but it will be a big issue that they never got a time to finalize a small area within only 3 or 4 minutes. Madam Speaker, I plead that you consider your ruling. I want to support what Senator Kiambu is proposing. It should be fair for this House.
Because the issue is the same, I will allow one more intervention from Senator Enoch, and then I will make a ruling on it.
Madam Speaker, it is the same plea. Listening to the counsel for the assembly, they are not asking to spend more time than they have. They're just asking to spend their time differently. I had another witness here say it's the way he manages his finances. So they just want to manage their time differently. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
In view of the mood in the House and the fact that you will just take your minutes from another witness, I want you now to make a proposition on how many minutes you want to take from your other witnesses, and then we allocate you that to finalize.
Madam Speaker, you only take 6 minutes.
6 minutes, and Secretariat will take away the 6 minutes from their other time schedule. Before you proceed on, Senator Methu, and in under half a minute.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'll take very little time. I thought as part of procedure, it is fair that the council would let us know which of the witnesses they are taking the minutes from, so that we know specifically from whom they are taking the minutes from, so that we don't get the witness and then they backtrack they know what they had donated.
Senator Methu, to array your fears, I will ensure that we take out those minutes from either of their witnesses. We could even proceed from 3 minutes from each of the witnesses. He's taking 6 minutes, and the Secretariat can begin timing, and it will be strict.
Thank you.
Council General.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. When did Lucy refund the money to you?
Lucy refunded the money on the 30th of May, Madam Speaker.
From the 29th up to the 30th, did you try to call her to ask why she has not refunded your money?
Madam Speaker, I talked to Lucy and she told me she was at the airport in Nairobi landing for a meeting.
Yes, which day did you speak to her?
I'm explaining, Madam Speaker, that I talked to Lucy
Which date?
on the 29th.
On the 29th?
Yes.
Yes. And the money was refunded on?
The 30th, the next day.
I yield the witness to Mr. Mutuma.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good afternoon, Deputy Governor of Kisii.
Good afternoon.
I have 2 or 3 questions on one line of questioning. You allege that the money you sent to Lucy was meant to be paid to one Gladys.
Yes.
And that is Gladys Aminga, right?
Right.
You have also indicated that it was meant for transport.
Yes.
For a work that
Yes.
she had done for you.
Work that was ongoing.
Work that
Madam
was ongoing.
Speaker.
Yes. You forgot to mention that the reality, of course, that Gladys Aminga is also a chief officer in the county government of Kisii.
That is true.
You left that out. Is it that you forgot or you conveniently left that out?
I did not forget nor intentionally leaving it out. Gladys Aminga was doing business as a person, and therefore she gave me a transport. I wasn't paying the government of Kisii.
So you
County.
and Gladys were in business, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And have you had the opportunity to look at the statement that Gladys wrote when you first dragged her name in the county assembly? Honorable Senators, I'm referring to page 315 of the DG's response. Have you had the occasion to look at that statement? Volume 1, sorry. It's our volume 1. It's at volume 1, page 315. This is quite crucial, Honorable Senators. You have the statement with you? Do you have the statement with you?
I have the statement with me, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Gladys says that on 28th of January 2022, your wife made a request for her nephew to be granted a tender to supply non-pharmaceutical materials. Can you confirm that?
I cannot confirm that, Madam Speaker.
You cannot confirm that? Gladys goes ahead to say that you called and forced her to grant the tender, and the tenders are cited and quoted at paragraph 317.
Madam Speaker, I request that we are taken through that affirmation.
It is at page 317 from page 315. Specifically, do you know one Osiemo Bernard Mogengo? Is that your nephew? Or the nephew to your wife?
I do not know that name.
You do not know that name?
Yes.
Do you know a company called Bisfarm?
I do not know the company named Bisfarm in this statement.
Gladys states that you influenced the issuance of this tender and promised that you would also give her an opportunity to supply you with building materials.
Madam Speaker, I'm asking that we be taken through that particular line where I'm being led.
All right, can you read paragraph at page 315, the paragraph that begins, I became the chief officer. Volume 1, Honorable Senator of the County Assembly's response. Page 315. First of all, confirm at the top, the person who swears that statement is Gladys Aminga.
Yeah, the name is Gladys Aminga.
Confirm that 0727455843 is the same number you sent money to, and that number belongs to Gladys. That number appears at the top, correct? Correct?
Let me refer.
That is the same number, correct? That is the same number, correct?
Yes, that's the same number.
Confirm that the designation of this person swearing the statement is Chief Officer, Medical Services, Public and Sanitation, Kisii County Government, correct? From the statement, correct?
Correct.
Can you read for us the paragraph that begins with, I became the Chief Officer on 28th of January?
I became the chief officer on 28 January 2023 after being competitively recruited.
Thank you.
By the
jump to the next page, 316. Begin with today, 29th February 2024.
Day 29 February 2024, while defending himself in the impeachment motion, mentioned my name by stating that he sent me money through M-Pesa in the month of May 2023. I wish to put the record straight as follows.
Proceed. Proceed, kindly.
What's this?
In the month
of May 2023, the Deputy Governor's wife, Joyce Monda.
Is that your wife? Confirmed for record purposes, Joyce Monda?
She's Joyce Unsare. She's not Joyce Monda.
But Monda is yourself, right? So it is correct if she is referred to as Joyce Monda.
Monda is my surname.
Proceed.
Who is known to me, called me and asked me to assist her nephew who had two companies in the supply of medical drugs and non-pharmaceuticals. She what?
Council, you know your time is up.
Yes.
The nephew by the name Osiemo Bernard Mogengo. Where do I stop?
I think you can stop there because the statement is clear and senators are able to read. That allegation is that the amount of 100,000 you're paying to Gladys was as a result of you allowing her to work for you in exchange of the tenders that she had granted to the nephew to your wife. What do you have to say to that?
Madam Speaker, I deny having knowledge of that kind of position.
Mr. Deputy Governor, Doctor, you were supplied with these documents in advance, correct?
No, Madam Speaker, these documents...
These are parts of the documents that the County Assembly supplied you with, correct?
No, Madam Speaker.
Are you saying that your council does not have a copy of these documents? Is that what you're saying? Because we know it is true and your council will respond. Have you made any attempt to respond to the allegations on that statement? You have not. You have not challenged that allegation that you had knowledge of, have you?
You want me to respond?
Yes, proceed.
Council, your time is now up.
Madam Speaker, she's giving direction.
Give your final answer on that.
Madam Speaker, on the date this is being made, this statement is being made, is the day I was undergoing the impeachment.
The question
on
was
the floor of the House.
The question was.
And it is referring to that impeachment process that I had mentioned her name.
The question is, have you responded to that allegation that you had knowledge of?
Council, can you let him answer?
Thank you. I just wanted her, Madam Speaker, to answer the right question, whether he has responded to these allegations, because he had knowledge of them. Proceed and answer. Kindly answer that question. Have you responded?
Madam Speaker,
have you responded? It's a yes or no?
No.
So Lucy was not the only person working with the county that you sought to influence. You've been influencing other county officers as well. That is all for this witness. Thank you.
Council Keegan, how much time do you need for re-exam?
Could I request for 15 minutes, Madam
Could
Speaker?
you be 10 minutes,
Okay,
Council?
I'll try, Madam Speaker.
10 minutes.
Yes. I would like us to start with the issue of Gladys Aminga. Now, the first thing I would like to ask you is the question of whether or not you've responded. When were these documents served? Were they served the